Playoffs week, and I'm benched. Just like that. No warning, no meeting. My name just wasn't on the lineup sheet pinned to the board. Coach Reed just clapped me on the shoulder and said, "Stay ready," like that explained anything at all. The whole season I'd started at winger. I was reliable. My stats were clean. I caused no drama. I just did my job. Now, my teammate, Cal, was in my spot. He gave me this little pat on the shoulder. "Don't take it personal, man." But the smile on his face, that told me he already had. Practice felt off. The air was thick. Coach started calling me selfish during drills. He wouldn't give any examples, no feedback on what I was doing wrong, just that one word hanging in the air. The rest of the team went quiet. Nobody wanted to be the next target. After training, I got back to the locker room and found my locker hanging open. My custom insoles were gone. These weren't just for comfort. They were medically molded to protect my knee after a bad injury 2 seasons ago. I checked my bag, then checked it again. Nothing. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw it. A tiny piece of my insole peeking out of Cal's half-open kit bag. I didn't grab them. I didn't yell or accuse him. I just turned and walked away like I hadn't seen a thing. Why? Because a thief always lies better when they feel safe. That night, I sent Cal a text. Simple. "Hey, did you happen to see my insoles anywhere?" The reply was instant. "No. It was too fast, too clean." "No. Where did you last see them?" Or, "That sucks. Hope you find them." Just a single cold word. Now I was sure. And that's when I decided on my revenge. It had to be legal. No fights, no sabotage, no blowing it up on social media. Just pure, cold documentation and perfect timing. The next morning, I walked into the club office and filed a simple property report. I kept it completely factual, no emotion. Item missing from secured locker area. Then I added one simple question. In writing, I was just wondering if the hallway cameras happened to cover the locker room entrance. That little question did the trick. A few hours later, Coach Reed called me into his office. He looked annoyed. "Why are you creating issues right before playoffs?" He snapped. I looked right back at him, my voice steady. "I'm not creating anything, Coach. I'm just recording it." I saw his jaw tighten. He knew what I meant. The same day, I went to the team physio and requested a copy of my medical notes. "Just a routine check," I said. And that's when I found twist number 1. There was a brand new entry in my file. Knee flare-up reported. Not fit for full minutes. I never reported that. I hadn't said a word about my knee, and the signature on the entry? It belonged to a staff member who wasn't even on shift that day. It all clicked into place. They were building a paper trail, a fake reason to keep me on the bench. They weren't just trying to steal my spot. They were trying to steal my reputation, painting me as injured and unreliable. So I gathered everything. I sent a formal confidential complaint to the league's player welfare hotline. I attached everything. My training logs showing consistent performance. A copy of the property report for my stolen insoles, and the doctored medical notes with the forged signature. I didn't ask for punishment. I just asked for a neutral review of the situation. It was quiet, professional, and completely undeniable. Playoff match day arrived. And just as I expected, I was on the bench again. Cal started. He played like a man desperate to prove something, forcing plays, losing the ball on clumsy dribbles, and ignoring wide-open teammates who were making simple runs. We went down 1-0 before halftime. Coach Reed just stood on the sideline, pretending not to see Cal's mistakes. The second half started the same way. Then, Cal went into a tackle, got clipped, and came up limping. He tried to wave it off, refusing to even look at the bench, but a few minutes later we conceded again. It was 2-0. Our season was slipping away. Finally, Coach turned and pointed at me. "Warm up." As I was stretching on the sideline, the 4th official walked over to our bench, holding out a phone. He put it on speaker. And that's when I saw twist number 2. It was the league compliance officer. I couldn't hear every word, but I saw the color drain from Coach Reed's face as he listened. He ended the call, his expression like stone. He turned to Cal. "You're off. Now." Cal started to argue, his face turning red with fury. But Coach didn't even debate. He just signaled the sub. I stepped onto the pitch. I didn't feel like a hero. I just felt focused. 2 minutes in, the ball came to me on the wing. I beat my defender, got to the byline, and cut a hard, low cross back into the box. Our striker met it first time. Goal. 2-1. The whole stadium erupted. From the corner of my eye, I saw Cal sitting on the bench, staring holes right through me. In the final minutes of the match, I glanced over at the bench. Cal's boots were sitting on the floor next to his bag. And sticking out of the top of one of them, my insoles. The team's equipment manager saw them at the same time I did. The look on his face was one of pure shock, like he was finally seeing the whole ugly picture. In the end, we lost the match 2-1. Our season was over. There would be no trophy. But the truth was already in motion. The next week, the club released a quiet statement about internal changes. Coach Reed was stepping away for personal reasons. Physio who'd signed my fake medical note was reassigned, pending a full review. And Cal? He was dropped from the squad for conduct detrimental to the team. There were no dramatic headlines, no big media storm. Just quiet, efficient consequences. Months later, the new coach called me into his office before the start of the new season. He looked me in the eye and said, "I read the report. You handled it clean. You didn't sabotage anyone, you documented. I got my starting spot back." The last scene I remember before that first game back is lacing up my boots in the locker room. My real insoles, finally returned, felt perfect. Cal's old locker was empty. And on the wall, Coach Reed's nameplate was gone. Just a clean slate. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Would you go official like I did or handle it privately? Let me know. And if you've ever felt like the system was rigged against you, comment clean down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more.